Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Lorac Mega Pro 3 eyeshadow palette. I asked on Instagram if you guys wanted a review on this, even though as far as I could tell it is sold out a lot of places, and a lot of you guys said yes. So you guys really want to see this review, so I'm going to do it for you. And I have heard that it is still available in Ulta stores, I just don't see it on the website anymore. So yes, so I'm not sure about that. So let's start with the packaging. So it has this same exact packaging style as the previous Lorac Mega Pro palettes. Last year's was blue and the year before that was like a burgundy red. This also, it's the same feel as their Pro palettes, their 16 pan palettes. It's like the same kind of material, like its fingerprints really easily, so I'm not really sure why they chose white. I don't know if you can see, I already have fingerprints all over mine, and I actually tried to wipe them off with like a completely clean makeup wipe. Don't try it, it doesn't work, it just spread it around. So yeah, that's just kind of classic, comes with Lorac packaging, is that it gets fingerprints really easily. So this palette is very nice and compact. I mean, it's very like big this way, but then this way it's very nice and slim, which I enjoy. It comes with 32 eyeshadows, 16 of them are matte, these top two rows here, and 16 of them are shimmering, these two rows right there. It comes with a nice big mirror there, really nice to have that. It doesn't like stay up on its own at all, but that just is part of the packaging. This palette does retail for $59, and like I said, it's exclusive to Ulta, so it's either, if it's not on the website, check in your local Ulta store and it may be available there, and if I find it anywhere else online, I'll be sure to link it below in the description box. So I'm not going to do live swatches of every single one. I am going to show you up close swatches, and I'm going to live swatch a few of them. So let's get into the up close swatches first and go through kind of each color and the finishes and stuff. So the first row of all mattes, you have pink cream, tan, pecan, walnut, dusty mauve, violet gray, eggplant, and dark navy. The second row of all mattes, you have crepe, toffee, mist, vintage, hickory, maple, bark, and jet black. In the third row, we have our first shimmer row. We have snow, kava, cider, bellini, brown sugar, sequoia, glacier, and deep fog. In the fourth row of all shimmers, we have tulle, pink bronze, rust, rose quartz, olive, dark roast, pomegranate, and licorice. So 30 of the shades in this palette are brand new shades, never before seen at Ulta, which is always super fun when we buy these limited edition palettes. 2 of the shades are repeats. The color Snow is in the Lorac Pro 2 palette, and the color Jet Black it was in last year's Mega Pro palette, and it's also in this one, it's an 8-pan palette with jet black in it. Otherwise, in their previous palettes, they always have like just a plain black that's a little bit less black than this one, so I really like jet black. So those aren't bad shades to have doubles of, for sure. So at first glance with this palette, and after using it for a couple of weeks now, I do feel like this is very much a warm palette. I always gravitate towards the warm shades. I open it up and I think it's because especially the shimmery shades are very warm, and it's fall of course, so I gravitate towards warmer shades in the fall. But I always find myself drawn to like cider, bellini, rose quartz, pink bronze, I mean all of these, the pomegranate, you know, that's just what calls to my name in this palette, and a lot of the mattes complement those shades very well. And I was trying to see if I could get a cool look out of this palette, and I managed to get a couple. Yesterday I used Vintage and Mist together to get a nice cool toned look, and then today I am wearing these purples up here, Dusty Mauve, Violet Gray, and Eggplant, and I kind of combined them all with a couple of these other matte neutral shades to get the look that I have today, and I really like it. I feel like it's a really nice cool toned look. I do feel like it's possible to get a good cool toned eyeshadow look if that's your thing from this palette. I definitely feel like there's a lot more warm shades, but still a cool tone look is achievable. So I'm gonna go through and swatch and give you some live swatches. So the ones I'm wearing today are Dusty Mauve, Violet Gray, and Eggplant. They're those. The quality of the matte shadows is absolutely fantastic. I definitely recommend laying down a base, like a neutral colored base, like a cream or something on your eyes, because they're so pigmented that if you put like this color down in the corner with the intent of blending it out, it'll stick to the skin and it won't blend as well. But they're so pigmented that they do layer on each other really well. I hope that that makes sense what I'm saying. Sometimes with eyeshadows, if you put like a powder base down and then you try to put other colors on top of it, they don't blend as well, they don't show up as well. Lorac shadows absolutely do, so I absolutely recommend that you do that. And I will just swatch Toffee, Mist, and Vintage. There's those. And for shimmers, like I said, these are the ones, I mean, all the shimmers are really beautiful, but I just want to swatch a couple for you guys. So I'm swatching Kava, Cider, and I'm going to swatch Pomegranate, because, yeah. If you're not familiar with Lorac eyeshadows, they are very powdery. I love them. I love them so much. I talk about them all the time on my channel, but they are very powdery. When you put your brush in, you'll notice a lot of kick up. So that's just something to note, something to be aware of. Some people hate it. I don't mind it. I love these shadows. Okay, sorry guys, my camera was like tipping. So yes, needless to say, I absolutely love this palette and I absolutely recommend it if you can get your hands on. I heard that Lorac is coming to Sephora, which is really exciting. I don't think they're there yet though, so I don't think you could get this for the VIB sale, but I really, really love this palette. They did such a good job with this palette. I think it's a little bit different from the previous years, but it's still a really nice everyday palette. It's not completely crazy with the colors, but it's got a nice array of colors, and like I said, you can get cool tone looks, warm looks, anything in between, neutral, everyday, or going out, fancy, exciting, crazy looks, whatever you enjoy. So definitely love this palette. Now I'm going to quickly show you this palette compared to some of Lorac's other palettes. I think I have all of the Lorac palettes. I'm going to show you this one compared to the other Mega Pro palettes as well as their original Pro palettes. So here's this year's Mega Pro palette compared to last year's Mega Pro palette. This one is the Mega Pro 2 palette, and yes, they are pretty different. And I was wrong. I thought jet black was in last year's Mega Pro palette, but it's not. It's just the plain black. So if you already have this Mega Pro 2 palette, you won't be getting any repeats in number 3. And then here is the original Mega Pro palette compared to this year's Mega Pro 3 palette. None of the shades are duplicates. If you already have the original Mega Pro palette, you will not be getting any duplicate shades in the Mega Pro 3. Then I wanted to quickly compare this to the original Lorac Pro palette, first Pro palette, just to kind of give you an idea if you have that one, wondering how they will combine together. This is what they look like. Again, completely different shades in both palettes. Here it is compared to the Lorac Pro 2 palette. The Pro 2 palette is a good one to get if you want to get more cool tones, cool looks out of your Mega Pro 3 palette. Those would combine really well to get a few more cool looks. I kind of want to experiment with that next. It's kind of fun. And then this palette does have the shade Snow in it that is also in the Mega Pro 3 palette. And then here is the newest Lorac Pro palette. This is the Lorac Pro 3 palette, and this one has the jet black in it. This is the one I was thinking of with jet black in it, so you'll have 2 of those if you already have this palette. But other than that, all of the shades again are very different. And I think they would go together really well. I mean, I just feel like all of Lorac's eyeshadows go together really well. Like I feel silly saying this, but I like to lay them all out on my vanity sometimes, like all my Mega Pro palettes and all my Pro palettes, and just create looks, because somehow Lorac just makes the best shadows. The colors are so fantastic and you can do so much, and it's just so much fun. It's like pretty much anything you can think of. And then every time they come out with a new palette, I'm impressed with their color selection, you know, like they never fail to have amazing colors. So yes, this one is so great. The only downsides to this palette is the white. It's gonna get fingerprints. It's not a big deal. It doesn't affect performance. It's just a little bit irritating. $59 is a lot of money, but if you think about it, 32 eyeshadows is a really good deal. The Urban Decay Naked Basics Ultimate Basics palette is $54, and you only get 12 shades in that one. Now, I'm not sure about the exact quantity of shadows. I'm sure there's more in the Urban Decay one to make it more worth it, but as far as variety, this one is definitely better if you're into getting kind of different looks every single day. Not that I don't like that one. I do like that one, but just, you know, price-wise, yeah. Alright guys, that is everything I can think of to say for this review. I'd love to hear what your favorite shades were in this palette, what kind of draws you to it, and if you have any questions about this palette, feel free to leave those in the comment section as well. I always love to help you guys out. I love it when you guys ask me questions and I can help you out. I feel like, yes, that's why I'm here, you know? So make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I am still doing my 5 videos a week for 5 weeks. We're in week number 3 now. I can't believe it. It's going so well. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That helps other people find me in the YouTube world. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all so very much, and I will talk to you again very soon.